on a little more based on collected data. Instead of you guys having to collect the data, we'll collect it for you. So you've got your beautiful graph right here. Yes, you got your beautiful graph. If you guys will, could you turn the scatter plot off for now? Turn the scatter plot off. So you're just graphing the equation. And you'll notice that it seems to disappear right there. It looks like it just goes away, like it just hits the line and then vanishes. It doesn't actually vanish. It's just getting so close that TI's minimalistic window can't show it to you. This is where that Z-box command kind of comes in handy. So press your zoom button, and grab Z-box, which is that first choice, Now, what you're going to want to do is, you have to use your arrow keys, and you're going to draw a box around what you want the window to look at. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to scooch them down here. I always use the word scooch to move right and left. I don't know why. Apparently scooch has a PG meaning too, which is unfortunate. So notice it looks like my arrowhead is right on top of the x-axis. Based on these coordinates, it's not. You see how it says y equals 0.18? That means it's not on the x-axis. If it was on the x-axis, what will y be? It'd be 0. So it's not. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop up 1 pixel so that it's 1 pixel above the x-axis. Is that cool if I use the word pixel? Actually, I just used the word pixel, but I didn't confuse the hell out of anybody. Pixel is just one of those little tiny squares that the TI is graphing. Same thing as your computer, except your computer has real resolution. Now press enter 1 time. When you do that, you have pinned the left corner of the window you're about to create. So now what I do is I'll go down. I went down 2. And the reason I went down 2 was the first one landed on the x-axis, the next one is below it now. Notice how it's negative now? Now I've got the window pinned just above and just below the x-axis, which means I'll see the x-axis in my window. Now scooch to the right and you'll notice you're pulling a rectangle with you. And when you get over a few pixels, the next time you press enter, what the TI is going to do is it's going to take those corners and it's going to stretch them into the corners of the visible window. So that top left corner is going to go up there. This top right corner is going to go there. This bottom right corner, this bottom left corner. Go ahead and press enter. There's your x-axis right here. There's your x-axis, and notice this guy right here. Who's that? That's your equation's curve. Exactly. That's the curve of your equation. Listen, did you not see it? You didn't go high enough. That's okay. That's okay. Watch this. We're going to go zoom 9 again. Oh, you can't get zooming on. Oh, that's awesome. There it is. Now you can just go ahead and start graphing again. Zoom. Oh, I think I know why. You can. There's a certain kind of error you can get using this. I think Michael just got it. If you try a Z-box again, just for grins, you want to get in there and Z-box it even further. If you don't draw the window out, you'll get a zoom error, which means you press it the first time once, then you have to move either down, left, or right, or up. You have to then start pulling the window, and you have to move at least 1 pixel down or up, and at least 1 pixel left or right. In other words, you have to draw a rectangle. If you draw a line, it gets pissed. Because it needs 4 points, it needs 4 corners to pull. Fair? Well, good! Sometimes it does. Make sense? So, the reason I like that, in these particular models, the reason I like it is because these curves curve forever like that. They curve forever. So, Kelly, will it ever get to 0?
No.
No, but it will get as close as you need it to. You'll get as close as you need it to. If you press trace right now, notice where you are. If I press trace right now, I'm at 0.16. And I just keep scooching over 0.14, 0.13, and so forth and so on. Will I be able to scooch somewhere so that it's at 0.1 eventually? If I keep scooching. Not in this window, but Hannah, if I keep scooching, will I eventually be at 0.1?
Yeah.
I have to be, yes? Could I be at 0.01 eventually? Could I be at 0.001 eventually? 0.0001 eventually? You see my ridiculous line of questioning. Yeah, you can get as close as you want. The question is, how far would you have to go out to do it? More on that to come. More on that to come. That's part of the next part, the mathematics of the equation, once we have the equation. Is that believable? Tell me if it's not. What concerns do you have? Not so much concerns. Please, Rob, go.
How do you get back to your original box?
It's a damn good question, and I don't have a concise answer for you. So, yeah, here's the non-concise answer. Turn your scatter plot back on by doing this. Press your Y equals button. Turn your plot on right here by highlighting it, and then press zoom 9. You'll get your data plus your equation again. There is a command called zoom previous or z previous, which I thought meant whatever the window you were just messing around with and you got to this window, it's control Z, I thought. Like on a computer, how you scrub, you press control Z and you get back what you just... It doesn't work like that all the time though, so I don't really know the little gerbils running around inside this thing. I'm not exactly sure what they're doing there, but this will always get you back to this window at least. So, here's my next question. Back to Aaron's question, it indeed does look like the coin curve. But the coin curve is going to be more shallow because it loses more each trial. It loses half where this only loses a quarter. Does that make sense? It loses more stuff with each given trial where this guy only loses a quarter. Fair enough? Believable? Hopefully. Good. Now, what these are examples of, let me ask you a choice. Do you want to do one more with the cards, or do you want to move on to, you know what, let's move on with the cards, what the hell? One more with the cards. Let's change the rules though, experiment number 3. I was going to go in exponential growth, but you know what, with 15 minutes I think it makes more sense. Let's bust out one more experiment with the cards. I didn't bring my coin, or my dice, which would have been good. We could simulate it, but it's more, you have the cards in your hand, let's use them. Let's break them in. Let's change the experiment. Now, experiment number 3. We're still going to be drawing cards. But let's make the experiment now. You only keep drawing if you get a heart. Does that make sense? So before, if you drew a heart, you stopped drawing. Now, if you don't draw a heart, you stop drawing. Does that make sense? I'm being a little bit of a bastard here.
That won't take as long.
Good. Say that again, Kelly.
That won't take as long.
That won't take as long. How much longer do you think it's going to take? Or how less long? How much less longer? My God, I can't talk right now. How much less longer? We got some theories. This is good. Yes.